Praise me, Han, and I'm going to be doing a chapter from the book Seated with Christ. It's by Heather Holleman. When I attended the University of Virginia, I, like most other girls my age, obsessed over my appearance. One morning, my roommate said, "You spend more time than anyone I know looking at your nose in the mirror." Oh, my nose. Picture this. In 9th grade, the most gorgeous boy in the school sits right in front of me on the bus ride home. In slow motion, like something out of a romance movie, he turns around to me to say hello. And then he asks, "Why do you have all of those little black dots on your nose? What are those?" What was I supposed to say? Let me introduce you to my enormous pores. They are pores. They are blackheads. They are the worst feature on my substantial nose. "I don't know," I say, mortified. His wide eyes and furrowed brow lean in closer. "Do I have them on my nose? Gross, look at my nose. Do I have them too?" I lean, in response, toward the most gorgeous boy in the school, noses nearly touching, not for any kind of first kiss, but to make sure his nose wasn't as hideous as mine. "You're fine," I report. "Your nose is perfect." I cried in my bedroom that night, right into the lavender-scented pillowcase. I hated my nose. Could I get a new one? People surgically transform their noses into tiny, pointy little things, and the magazines let me know about it in every grocery store checkout line. So, when I recently read on Twitter Times' claim that a study had determined the perfect nose, slightly upturned with an angle of 106 degrees, I recalled the pain of my youth. Well, first I felt sarcastic, then I recalled the pain. I tell my teenage daughter about the nose report from Time in order to talk about how absurd it is, but she immediately grabs her nose and says, horrified, "Do I have a big nose?" I throw my hands in the air and insist, nobody has a big nose. It's just a nose, it's for smelling things. That's what I hope my daughters think about when they consider their noses. But me? My morning routine at the time included agonizing over my face, squeezing, covering in thick foundation, and powdering comprised of my daily routine in an attempt to send my nose into hiding. The rest of my face endured the assault of plucking, tweezing, rubbing, and steaming. And this was just for my face. The rest of my body invited a whole different set of insecurities. So I thought about myself all day long. Not about Jesus, but me. I thought about sitting the right way so I would look thinner. I thought about whether or not my foundation was working. I thought about whether I walked in an attractive way with good posture. I was so self-conscious that merely walking down the street meant I feared the gaze of anyone in my path. I was so tired of all of the insecurity. I was so tired of myself. I began to search the scriptures, especially the Psalms, and I found that when David felt the most insecure, he fixed his eyes on something other than himself. He even claimed in Psalm 27:4, "One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple." Could it be true that I was beautiful because Christ is beautiful? And as I gazed at him in my mind, could I stop fixating on my own face and body? I thought about who God is and how he loves me. I have no idea what Jesus looks like, but in my mind, it's all warmth and light and love at his table. I think of myself becoming illuminated within this overwhelming, powerful, loving, joyous Christ. I'm caught up in the beauty of it. I finally see the truth about my face and yours.